Welcome to Ruler Tutorials. Today I'll be showing you how to rig your character for an animation. In our last video we textured this character that we created, and if you haven't watched that, check that one video out first. So the first thing we'll have to do is get out of texture paint mode into layout mode. Up here, you're going to click on it. And while we're in object mode, we're going to have this thing deselected and click Shift A to add. We're going to scroll down towards this armature and click on that. Now we have to enable X-ray mode, and you'll see we added an armature over here. I'm going to click G on my keyboard to grab. We're going to move it to about where we think the center should be. So we move it about there. And now we have to click on E to extrude. First, we have to go to edit mode, click on object mode, click on edit mode, and then E to extrude. Then you can pull it up. And we're going to create first of the bottom part, and you can create all this part is fine, which is this is just a simple character. I only have 2 joints. And if you want to move it, so I'm going to go to the side view, click G on the keyboard, and you can move it on the X-axis, Y-axis, or Z-axis. We're going to click X on our keyboard, and you can move it on the X-axis, or you can click G and Y to move it on the Y-axis, or G and Z to move on the Z-axis. We're going to click G and Y to move it on the Y-axis, so move it back a little bit. Down here and do the same thing, G and Y. Do a slight curve, and G and Y for here. And then we go to the front view, and it's also kind of crooked. So click on it again, and G and Y, move it up this way. So do G and X. Then move it back a little bit more. And so that's our base for the spine. Now we're going to create a neck by clicking E on our keyboard and V to move it to extrude it straight up, and just click that there, and then E to extrude again, and then Y to go straight up. And click E and then Z to go straight up. Make sure it goes all the way to the top of your character. So you have the basis part. Now up here about, we're going to click Shift A to add. Click on it, and then G to grab. Place it about where you want the start of your arm to be. G to grab it again. Then we're going to grab the whole thing, G, and move it backwards just a little bit, and then on the Y-axis a little bit. Move just this front, on the Y-axis. We're going to try and line it up. Once we have it lined up, we're going to put a joint so it'll have an elbow. So we have to move this back just a little bit. So we click G and X on our keyboard to move it on the X-axis, and E to extrude another one, and click X on our keyboard to extrude on the X-axis. We're going to go all the way to about where the hand is, and then we're going to extrude one more time for the hand. So I'm going to click E and X. You should get all the way to the end. Now that we've done that, you can click on B to box select the whole thing. So it'll all be selected, and click Shift D on your keyboard to duplicate. Then G, and then X. So we can grab it and move it over on the X-axis. Once it's lined up about where we want it, you can click R to rotate it, and then Y on the Y-axis. And then G, X. Move it over again. One thing that didn't copy the hand, we will just create a new one. Then click on the end again, E to extrude, X on the X-axis. And now I've created a hand. Now we're going to work on the legs. And click Shift A to add. Make sure everything is deselected and then Shift A to add. And it should appear right where the center is. And you click G to grab, line it up. We're going to do about towards the knee. G to grab. We'll grab it on the X-axis. Actually, I'm going to grab it on the Y-axis. So it lines up. And G on the X-axis. Move it over. Like this. On the Y-axis a little bit more. About like this. Alright. Now we're going to make it a little smaller, so G on the Z-axis. Shrink it a little bit. And we're going to extrude it. E on the Z-axis. By clicking Z. I'm going to grab this on the Y-axis and bring it back to about the heel. And then click E again. On the Z-axis, on the Y-axis. And we should have one leg. Click B to box select. And deselect everything first. Then B to box select. Select it all. Click Shift D to duplicate. And then X on the keyboard to move on the X-axis. It should have moved all the way over perfectly. Now we're going to have to parent some of these. So we can go back into object mode. Oh, stay in edit mode. Make sure you're in object mode for the skeleton first, and then go into edit mode. Click on one of the bases for the arms, and shift click. Hold down shift, select the other arm and the spine. And now we're going to click Control P on our keyboard to put parent. And then you want to select keep offset. That way whenever you move around the middle part, like so, everything else should stay connected. And do the same thing for the legs. Now that we've done that, go into your object mode, select the mesh, and then shift click, and then select the spine. And you're going to right click, go down where it says parent, and then select underneath object to armature to form, you're going to select with automatic weights. And then when you go back to object mode and select the spine, you can then go into object mode and then go to pose mode, and you can rotate these. And if you test everything out, make sure everything rotates the body in the correct way, then you know it worked. But if you find something like this, where the body starts to get deformed, that means you're going to have to do some weight painting. In my next video, I'll show you how to weight paint. If you enjoyed the video or learned something, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.